What do Pink Floyd, a French hip hop artist, and a Hungarian jazz guitarist all have in common? Well, they're all spinning on a turntable in this week's Friday Finds. Hey guys, welcome to Vinyl Latte. I'm Louis V, and you're watching Friday Finds, an episode where I dig deep into some of the rare and collectible records that I've recently added to my collection. These are things that you likely haven't seen on a channel before, and I'm taking them out, dusting them off, and sharing them with you. And I got 5 amazing records today. We got things from one of the most ambitious concept albums to a jazz record that sounds like Wes Montgomery jamming with the Doors. I mean, we have it all today, and I think we got a great episode for you. So why don't you go ahead and grab your favorite cup of joe, and let's dig into this stack, man, because today there's something for everyone here. All right, guys, we are going to kick things off big, and that is with Pink Floyd's The Wall. Now, this album doesn't need an introduction, right? I mean, come on, you'll have this one. You got this in your collection. But this album is more than just a record, it is a journey, man. It's 26 tracks of Roger Walters' Paranoia and Grand Vision put to 2 LPs, and you got the hits, man. You got Another Brick in a Wall, of course, and you also have those deeper cuts like Hey You and Comfortably Numb. I mean, just take a moment to soak in just like how layered this record is, right? It's great. So why am I sharing this record with you today? Well, because this is a 1979 mystery. That's why. I've done a lot of research on this, and I just can't pinpoint this bad boy. Now, I'm going to get into some of the obvious stuff here in a moment, but let's just talk about this for a moment. I've been able to figure out this in 1979 by looking at copyrights, etc., and it's an OG. I mean, you could just tell by the way it feels and the way that it was manufactured that this is a 79 pressing. So there's that. It's Columbia. It's got the Columbia labels on it. That we got the Columbia labels, so we got that figured out. The closest I can get to the runs is a Terre Haute, pressing, but I can't get them identical. The other thing is that the runs on 3 sides have the Mastering Lab dash M, TML dash M. So that means it used the Master Scully lathe. And then the one side was cut with a Newman lathe, because it has a TMLX stamp on it. Which is all fine, that's cool, but, yeah, I can't find the exact runs on Discogs. I tried the Steve Hoffman forums, can't find them there as well, so I have no idea what the backstory is in all this. All I can tell you is that it's a little bit of a mystery. It does have this, demonstration not for sale sticker on it, so we got the promo sticker. It's gold promo in the back as well, um so I think that's really cool, and it's really clean for being a 1979, this is a really clean record. The vinyl itself is also super clean. I mean, it looks like it was never really played, which is really cool for being an OG. People played the heck out of Pink Floyd albums back in the day. And they have the original sleeves with them as well, the printed inner sleeves, both of them. So I think that's what's really cool today. So this is a little bit of a mystery for me, guys. If you're familiar with this particular pressing, maybe you have one yourself. I'd love to get the details on it because it's just, quite frankly, I still need to do some research, still need to figure this out. But I have a feeling it's just a variant of the Terre Haute, pressing, and we're just gonna go ahead and maybe update that list of variants and just add this one to it. I don't know what else to do at this point, but that's where we're at with it. All right, next up, we have a Hungarian jazz guitarist, Gábor Szabó, and he released Dreams in 1968 on Skye Records. And if you're not familiar with Szabo, he fuses jazz with psychedelic rock, a little bit of Eastern European folk, and even hints of bossa nova. It's really a trip, man. And that opening track, Galetta's guitar, oh my god, it's like this hypnotic, almost cinematic quality to it. It's like if you just stepped into a dream sequence in a late 1960s art film. I remember the first time listening to this track and I was just blown away. Like it really made my whole body, my whole I don't know, like, I just felt escaped, and, I've turned so many people on to Szabo's work by just playing that intro track. It's not even funny. Like, I have probably at least 20 people or more that now collect his records because I just played that one track and they were hooked. I'm not kidding you. And this whole record, by the way, has that vibe. It's atmospheric, it's experimental, and it's still grooving. Now, what's super, super cool about this is an OG, guys. It's an OG. It's a 1968 Skye Records. Check it out. Let me show you the label here. It's got the original Skye Records label to it. Super, super, super cool and super clean condition. I mean, it is amazing. Whoever had this really cherished it. I would say the cover is dang near mint. It's just what degrades it a little bit is that some of the gloss covering has started to peel with age. But the record looks amazing. Still has the original inner sleeve. This is a gatefold that hasn't been abused or worn out. It just is such a. It almost still has that crinkle. I don't know if you hear that, but it has that creasing, decreasing sound, and it's just so cool, man. Even the album cover, right? It's just iconic. It's that John Austin 1919 work that he's famously known for called The Vision, I think, or just Vision. Really, really, really cool. I have the VMP pressing of this. I bought that when it came out. I think the VMP pressing, when I had that record, man, that was like my definitive copy of the album. I'm leaning towards the OG, kind of replacing that, to be honest with you. This sounds amazing. This to me was worth the investment. It's one of my favorite Szabo records of all time, and it's really cool to me to have the OG on this. So I'm super stoked about this. And I know some of you watch this might not have any idea about this album, so I'll leave you with this, man. If you want something that bridges the worlds of jazz, psych, and folk, this is just one of those records that can pull it off. Okay, here's one that might surprise you. How about MC Solar's debut album from 1991? This was released on Polydor, and I'm going to butcher the name of the album. So I'm just going to call it Sème. I think it's a lot more than just that. But I don't speak French, and my understanding is if you don't know how to speak French, don't butcher their language because you might insult them. I don't know. I'm not French. But this is a cool record, man. This is considered one of the first great French rap records ever. The big hit here is, I think it's called Bois de la or Bois de la. Again, sorry for the translation, but it's built on that funky sample, Simon Day's, The Message. And it's not just party music here. I mean, Solar's flow is poetic, it's witty, and has helped elevate French hip hop into an art form. A lot of translation on this one. You can translate the lyrics, and I recommend you do that. Now, what's cool is that these early Polydor pressings are just gems. I mean, these are really cool records, and this is the OG 91 pressing. It's mastered at Masterdisc and pressed at MPO, and it's a really great record. It's super, super, super. I found this at a record store in San Jose called Needle in the Groove. They got a bunch of really cool hip hop records that came in all at once from a collector. A lot of sealed OGs, original pressings, first pressings, and this was in the mix. And this is just one that I've come across a few times, but I've never seen in such good shape. A strong VG Plus cover, probably we could argue maybe a VG, and the record itself, guys, is superb. It's super, super clean. Little aging, but everything looks really, really clean, and it plays super, super clean. Super clean. I think if you're into something new, if you're into hip hop, 90s hip hop, and you're not familiar with MC Solar, do yourself a favor and just stream it. Even if you don't speak French, I think you're really going to enjoy the record. And speaking of enjoying, if you're enjoying this and you like discovering new music or digging into rare records, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe because I'm going to be releasing samples of each of these albums on my shorts feed. So if you actually want to hear what these albums sound like in the room with a mic recording what's happening in the room, be sure to check out that playlist. I'm going to put the link in the description so I'll make it easy for you to find it. So Okay, let's get out of France and go back to America with a quirky alt rock album that comes from a group that has a cult following. All right, in 1990, Elektra Records released Flood by They Might Be Giants, or TMBG. This record is the one that gave us Birdhouse, In Your Soul, and their cover of Istanbul, Not Constantinople. Now, TMBG were always just sort of the oddballs of alternative rock. I mean, they're literate, they're funny, and they're not afraid to be weird. And that's exactly why Flood has such a cult following. The arrangements are packed with energy. They got accordions, brass. I mean, there's these clever little pop hooks that just burrow in your head. I mean, it is a really, really just fun record. And this particular pressing is a 2023 reissue. Yes, it's a gatefold before you tell me I've been holding the record the wrong way. You could do it like this if you want, but it's really supposed to be like this. And this is really cool because this is a variant that was released only on their web store. So you have a little ad sheet here, one-sided print. And it's pressed on this 180 gram. I think they call this the Green Universe. Pretty cool pressing here. Again, only available on their web store, 180 gram vinyl. It's pressed at GZ. Now, the credits on this one, if you look it up on Discogs, says it's mastered by Bob Ludwig. I don't know. I didn't see any indicators in the matrix that would support that this was pressed by Bob. I think maybe what happened is that whoever made the entry probably just copied it from another pressing, because usually GZ uses their own mastering folks. But who knows? You never know. Um, Maybe it really was Bob. I don't know. I can only go by what I got to go by. But I think this is just one of those cool records that, if you can get your hands on, if you're into that sort of music, this is a cool one to have. And it's not terribly expensive. In fact, I think I a little bit overpaid for this one, based on some of the prices that are going on Discogs. So you could probably do a little bit better than I did on that. Guys, before I wrap up, I got one more record I want to share with you. And it's a box set that I think might be the best gateway into one of America's biggest rock bands. So I hope you stick to the end here because I think you're going to enjoy this one. Okay, I saved the best, or maybe arguably the biggest one for last, and that is The First Decade by Aerosmith. This was released in 1982 on Columbia. And it is a box set that pulls together Aerosmith's first 8 albums from the hard rocking 70s. And let me just take you through this kit real quick because this is pretty cool. And we'll see if you notice what grabbed my attention right away. But in no particular order, I mean, we have the Greatest Hits album. Of course, we have Night in Ruins. We have the Aerosmith Live album, which is a super cool album. We have Draw the Line, Toys in the Attic, Rocks, Get Your Wings, and of course the self-titled featuring Dream On. What's really cool about this entire set, though, is if you haven't noticed, the entire box set is a promo copy. Promo copy. Apparently, these were only sent to, I think, radio stations back then to promote Aerosmith's music. And every record has that gold promo sticker on the back. Every one. And what's also super cool about this particular box set is that every one of these records look like they were never played. They look like they were sitting at whoever owned them. Looks like they were just sitting at their shelf and they never spun them. There's no notes. All the inserts are included. If they came with posters or printed inserts, they're all included. Everything. It's the complete kit, untouched, unadulterated. I mean, this is just an amazing collection. If you're an Aerosmith fan, this is an amazing, amazing, amazing find. A great way to get gold promos of everything. And apparently they came in two different types of labels as well. Apparently, there are some white label versions of this. There's a little bit of a mystery. Everyone I have has this sort of the red Columbia logo on them. Um, but there's a little bit of a mystery of how some of these have the white promo and how some of these have the red Columbia logos. I don't think anybody really knows the backstory on this. So I'd be curious if anybody worked in the industry that's watching this or knows a little history of where the red labels went, where the white promos labels went. Love to know that because arguably people are saying that both landed at radio stations at one point. Maybe it's a regional thing. I don't know. But all I can tell you is that to me, this was a really cool box set to stumble across, and I found this at Sorry State Records in North Carolina, and it was tucked away, like you walked a whole store, and then in this, there's this rack of records, and then behind that rack, against the wall, there was these a couple box sets that were just kind of lined up on a shelf behind a display of records that all you saw was kind of like this, right? Just the sides, these covers of these box sets. And I started to pick them up and I'm like, what are these things back here? And then I realized they were for sale. And then I found this. And I had a friend of mine with me that was actually going to buy this. He came really, really close. He checked them out. He's like, man, these look like they never been played. And then he gave them back. He's like, it's a little bit out of my budget. And I looked at him. I said, are you absolutely sure you're not going to buy that box set? And he's like, no, man, I'm getting Motorhead. That's what I'm buying. And I said, great, because I want that Motorhead too, but I'm buying this box set. So that's how it ended up, man. I'm really excited about this. And I did listen to I didn't listen to all these records yet, but I did spot check a few of them. And I got to tell you, they sound great too. So I'm super happy. This is a great collection to me. So there you have it, guys. From the rock opera of The Wall to the dreamscapes of Gábor Szabó to the MC Solaar, bringing French hip hop to the world with stops at They Might Be Giants and Aerosmith along the way. I mean, I think that's why I love doing these Friday finds with you. It's the journey that can take you anywhere. And I really hope you enjoyed this journey with me today. And I hope you enjoyed this episode of Friday Finds. So you join us next week. And if that's the case, what I'll say is while you wait for next week now, go ahead and drop a comment in the description, in the field below, and let me know which of these albums you will spin first. I always like to know if you had these records that I shared with you in your own collection. You just went to the store and just bought them all today. Which one would you spin first? Let me know. And until next time, spin something you love. I'll see you then.